Die CDU findet, dass wir lange arbeiten müssen, um unsere Rente zu bekommen, gell? In Deutschland. Yeah, surprise, 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 surprise. Once again, we have to solve the problems that these fucking politicians have created over the decades of their power, right? It's amazing, you know what I mean? And then they actually get on TV and say, well, there's just no way around it. We have to raise the pension age, right? We have to do it. Okay, look, look. If the only reason for the Social Security, which is what we would call it in English, but they're Rente, so Social Security payments in Germany, if the only reason was that that's gone completely to shit was that the German people aren't having enough kids, then I'd be like, all right, that makes sense. I get it. But that is by far not the only reason that the pension age has to go up, right? One of the major reasons is that we are allowing people into this country. This is the biggest reason, right? We're allowing hundreds of thousands of people into this country, putting them on social welfare systems forever on our money, letting them enjoy pension, healthcare, welfare, all without them ever having paid into that system, right? Ever, right? And we have to foot the bill for it. So now I have to work longer. Let me get this straight here. Wait a minute. The CDU feels like I have to work longer, so I have to give the German state more years of my life in order to get the money that I'm supposed to get at pension age, because they fucked everything up and they are forcing me at the point of a gun to pay for thousands and thousands of illegal and legal migrants to this country, foot their existence now, make sure their existence for later is also taken care of by working more for the state. I think I think there's a calculation done. How many months of the year do you have to work just for the state? And I think it's like from January till July, most people are working for the state only. And then after July, the money's yours, right? That's fucking insane, right? If you think about it like that, if that's true, that's fucking insane. And then these fucking morons have the gall to get up there and go, guys, this problem that we are making worse and we created to begin with is not going to be able to be solved unless you motherfuckers, you dumbass people that keep voting for us, unless you guys give us a couple more years, right? Oh, I see how this works, right? I see how this works. See, these people, you know what would make it better? You know when I would be willing to work a little bit more for the German state is if the German state stopped spending so much fucking money on shit nobody fucking wants, right? No more Radwege in Peru, no more foreign aid all over the fucking planet, no more Ukraine, no more Israel, and no more Gaza, none of that shit. No more funding immigrants into this country just for free. They don't have to bring anything, they don't have to do anything. In most countries, if you want to move to Switzerland, which is a neighboring country, right? If you want to be a citizen of Switzerland, before you get to move there permanently, they want to know how you're going to be able to, pay for your life, right? Do you have a job? Do you have money? Are you wealthy? Are you going to have a job? Where are you going to work? How long do you have a contract there? You're not going to get fired. They don't want you to come in and suck and leech off the social welfare system. The neighboring country, Germany, says, fuck it. You don't have to bring anything. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to speak German. You don't have to even share our values in any way. You don't have to assimilate. You don't have to work. You don't have to do shit. You just have to sit there, and we will give you all of the money that the people in this country work their asses off for, so that we have fucking bridges we can drive over. We have enough security by the police, which we don't anymore either, because there's a stabbing or more, multiple stabbings a day in this country, most of which are purported by immigrants to this country. So, yeah, these politicians wonder why people are getting sick and fucking tired of listening to their shit. You know what I'm saying? All they can do is to fucking punish the very people that vote for them, that pay their fucking salaries, that pay for their exorbitant lifestyles so they can get up there and are supposed to, take care of the interest of the public, but they don't. As a matter of fact, they shit on you, right? They shit on you. They don't give a fuck about you. They're like, no, bitches, no. You people are slaves to this country so that we can let immigrants live it up, right? That's what they're doing. And so now they're telling me I've got to work longer. You know what I'd rather do? I'd rather work here until right about the age that I'm supposed to be able to retire. And then I would rather work those extra 5 years in a different fucking country just so the German state can't get it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'd rather do. Fuck these people. I'm not giving them shit. These people are insane. They're patently fucking insane. And it comes down to it every single time. The same thing. It comes to the same thing every single time. In every single video. Same thing. The only chance this country has to get out of this fucking mess in a democratic, civilized, and unviolent way is going to be to vote for the AFD the very next chance you get. Don't let another chance go by like you guys did this time. Voting for the CDU was probably the biggest fucking mistake you people have made. Right? This was a big mistake, and you know it now already. We don't have to wait 4 years to figure out it's a mistake because you saw it was a mistake right from the beginning when Friedrich Merz basically bent over, spread his ass cheeks, and told Lars Klingbeil to boat him in the ass and he can have whatever he wants, right? The guy's a fucking loser. And the party is a losing party, right? They are not going to be able to solve these problems because you see they're not going to be able to solve the problems because their solution is that you solve the fucking problem. They created the problem, so the CDU is responsible for the opening of the gates to this mass immigration bullshit. It's their party, it's Angela Merkel's party, right? That caused this fucking problem to begin with, right? And so they're like, yeah, well, shit, it's not going real great, but the public's gonna have to deal with it. You guys are just gonna have to fucking deal with it, people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, you're not allowed to really defend yourself, but if your kids get stabbed on the street or, something happens, you're just gonna have to figure out a way to protect yourself. They won't come out and say that, but that's what it comes down to. Oh, if you're worried about sending your kids to school in a school where there's 80% Islamism, nobody speaks German anymore, but your kid has to go there and get a good education. You can't afford a private school, you can't afford to move, you can't afford to get your kid out of that school, and you can't live like that. But the German state's like, yeah, I know that's part of our responsibility is to take care of our citizens and make sure that their children are safe. But we can't do it because we let everybody in this country. We're overwhelmed that we can't do it anymore. Yet we do want more of your money. We do want you to continue fulfilling your end of this bargain, right? The only reason people agreed to any government whatsoever is for security, safety, the protection of property, and the protection of life. That's basically it, right? And those things, these governments are not delivering anymore. Not one, not fucking one, right? All this money, Germany has had the highest fucking tax income every year. It's higher and higher. They had record income from taxes. Every year it's higher than the last. And yet, where the hell did all that fucking money go? Now we have to work more, right? While these people give themselves raises every couple of months for a couple $1,000. They get to fly whenever they want, wherever they want for free. They don't have to fucking tell anybody any shit. They don't have to prove they're going to an official meeting. They can just do whatever they can. They sue the citizens when the citizens put a meme up of one of these dumb assholes. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. Really. And like I said, the only way out, without violence, without an actual overthrow of a tyrannical government later on in the future, the only democratic way out of this, the only sane way out without violence, without having to give up your livelihood in order to fight for freedom, like they had to do in the old days, right? The only chance Germany has is to vote for the AfD the very next time you get the fucking chance to do it. You know what I mean? That's going to be it. It's if next time, 2029 or earlier, hopefully earlier, if it doesn't happen, then I think the only choices are going to be either be subjugated by a totalitarian regime in Germany and maybe all of Europe or most of Europe that has still leftist governments, or leave, right? That's it. Build your life in another country, somewhere else. So it's the AfD, the only people that are still, that's our last hope, right? And I'm not even guaranteeing they'll be able to do anything. I think they will, because I think the people there have the know-how and the balls to actually go up against the powers that are working against actual democracy, actual freedom, actual, an actual system that works, right? There's a lot of people fighting against having a system that works and real democracy and true freedom. And the AfD has people there, and they're the only ones that I have seen in all of the 10 years I've been here. They're the only ones I've seen that even seem like they have the political will, the balls, the backbone to fight against the powers that are fighting against our freedom. The rest of these establishment parties just ain't gonna cut it. And they're proving it every single day. Because what does the CDU come up with when they've got this problem that the pension money is just not going to last, Social Security money is not going to last, right? They say, you know what? You dumb assholes work harder for it. You work more for it. There's no other way out, because we're not going to slow down our spending. We're not going to spend less on other shit like Radwege in Peru and fucking whatever the fuck else on our NGO projects and, Kämpfe gegen Rechts and Demokratie, Förderung, blah, blah, Leben. Get the fuck out of here with all this shit, man. You know what? When you people prove that you are fucking gonna tighten your belts, spend less money, don't take on debt, and get your shit in order and do what the government is fucking supposed to do. Just the basics things. We're not asking for miracles. We're asking for basics, right? If the government can even do the fucking basics, then I'd be willing to work more years. But as long as the government can't get the basics done, right? They can't rebuild all these fucking bridges that I'm driving over every day and maybe we'll crash through because they're too weak to drive over at 80 kilometers an hour. You have to drive 60 with a truck because, well, they might just fucking fall apart under your truck, right? Oh, they can't even do that. They can't even fucking fix that. And they can't protect us from anything. There's no military to speak of. It's basically hollowed out. You know what I'm saying? They say that if Germany actually got attacked by somebody, they could fight for 2 or 3 days and then the ammunition would be finished. Well, that's not their basic, they're not fulfilling their basic duties at all. They're not bringing us infrastructure. They're not protecting us militarily. They're not protecting us privately on the streets either. You know what I'm saying? The education system is fucking on its ass. It's the highest priced energy there in all of Europe. You don't have freedom of opinion. You don't have freedom of speech. It's fucking madness. They don't do any of the things they're supposed to do and do all the things they're not supposed to do. And now we have to solve their fucking problem. Well, I say, fuck you and fuck that. No way. Fuck the CDU. These people are nuts. The fuck out of here with that shit. Really. Unfucking believable. No. You know what? I'll work right up until 60 and then work the last years in another country just to spite these fuckers. That's all I got today, people. It's finally Friday the 13th, however, 2025 of June. Friday the 13th of June, 2025. There we go. It's 10:45 in the morning. This was the Insanity Report for Germany for today. Please remember, like, subscribe, follow, retweet, repost, do all the things to help get my content out to other people. And try to stay cool. I know it's hard. It's hard for me because, a lot of people are on the edge here and the edge is getting closer and closer, so how long it's going to last before there's a powder keg in this country and shit just goes haywire, I don't know. Probably a long while because the Germans seem to like getting punished by their politicians. They seem to like being subjects of these people who claim to be the rulers of Germany. So it might take a while, but I'm pretty much there. The shit is crazy. All right, have a great weekend. Either way, try to enjoy your life, even though these people are doing their best to ruin it.